Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So first of all, join the Discord because we have started the Minecraft SMP, so if you want to play with us, just join the Discord and you'll see the invite. But now over to the main part of the video. So as one person may already know, I did chat with someone on Discord and he asked me, I'm not sure what he asked me, but somebody on Discord basically asked me, is Gene still worth it? Like, it's 2025, this is like a 3-year-old uniform. Is it really still worth it? Is Gene really still meta? What can she do at tier 4? And why should I tier form, or why shouldn't I tier form? So right now I'm here to answer all of those questions, so let's just get started with it. So what you first off want to know is that Gene does get the accumulation on her tier 4, so if you already have Gene and you have her tier 3, for example, tier 3 level 80, then you probably should tier 4 her since she kind of needs the tier 4. For the build, I think I already showcased most of it. You can pause if you want, it's basically everything. Her stats look like this, she needs a bit more crit damage. Down here I already have crit damage rolled, so it is what it is. With Robust Legend. There's a couple of that you could try, for example, stage. Expensive, so I'm not gonna do that. So instead of that, I'll try her on stage 39 of Null. I'm fairly sure she can do this stage, but it's the highest I could find where I can use her. After this, we'll head on to Mephisto and then maybe one more boss. We'll most likely also test for an ABXL and GBR, so just stay tuned. Right, so the rotation you want to use is really up to you, because there's like a million rotations that people say you should use. I use 3 delay cancel 5, 4, 2, then to 7th. But realistically you can use any rotation you want as long as it deals some damage. So you can also do like 5, 4, 3, 2, then 7. It doesn't really matter. You can also do 2, 5, 3, 4, whatever you like. So it's really up to you. But as you can see, she is absolutely demolishing the stage. Also her second skill is ignore iframe targeting. I kind of forgot what it's called. But you can also attack Null when he tries to jump up. So as you can see, 43-second clear right here. Pretty nice for a pretty strong hitting character, but if you look at the alternatives on this stage, you could have used Strange, you could have used Hela, you could have used Loki. I mean, Loki ain't that good, but yeah, so there are alternatives. Right, so same requirement on this stage of Mephisto, which is 44, just super villain. So yeah, you can realistically just use a different kind of support, but there's something about Gene. I can't quite explain it, but it's more about playstyle than actual damage. Like for example, Strange deals more damage and he also has a fun playstyle. But on the other hand, Magneto deals a bunch of damage and he has not a fun playstyle at all. For me. This is all just pure opinions. If you want to just look at the facts, then probably mute me right now and just look at the damage. So if you're still watching, thank you. But yeah, as you can see, she can probably one-shot this stage. Never mind. But if that didn't happen, then she probably would have one-shot him. There we go. 40-second clear for the entire fight. So it's just, Gene does have the damage if you want to. All you need is a rage, like any rage. Just, well, maybe not a regular rage, but if you are going for a minimalistic build, or if you just don't have that many rages, then sure. A regular rage can definitely do the job. And the higher you go, the better. That's just the way things are. Now here we are going for stage 34 of Gore. I'm fairly certain she can also do this stage, but if you are looking for a character that can purely do Verbose Legend and nothing else, then you can look for, well, no, because they are also on other things. Anyway, tier 4 Hela or tier 4 Strange would probably be better than tier 4 Jean for this stage. I'm not gonna showcase, well, I could showcase Hela, but she's not tier 4. I'm not gonna showcase Strange because I have a very advanced team up collection. I have like 22% no attack and 4% pierce. Maybe not that much pierce. I should really keep track of these things. Do not accidentally miss up something and spread some misinformation in a video, but until now it hasn't happened that many times, so I'm happy with that. But that was like, what, 30 seconds clear? Yeah, 33 seconds or something like that. So right here you just need to dodge a bunch of times. I'm lagging a little bit. But yeah, under 1 minute clear, like, this is light work for Jean. So essentially your biggest problem right now for me is that she doesn't have that many stages to be used on. So this is the highest I can go with her on Gore. On Kang or Jean, maybe I could try it because those are the more difficult bosses. For it's only 4 of Jean, but you could. I mean, he is better. I have completely turned around on Ghost Rider. He is probably, I wouldn't say favorite because he still has kind of an annoying playstyle, but I have turned around on him. I have stopped being the #1 Ghost Rider hater. But this is Jean's video, so maybe if you want, I can make a ranting video about how I turned around on Ghost Rider. Oh wait, I already did. Check out yesterday's video. We have 15 seconds for the first phase. This is light work for her. I know I have 2 paywall characters and a full paywall uniform, but who cares? If you use 6,000 crystals to buy a character, then you can probably, well, yeah, no, because you can save out the crystals. Just forget what I said. And you know the best part? It's gonna come in a second. Oh, never mind, wait. She's so tanky that she did not die. That's even better. But yeah, I can glaze Jean as hard as I want, and most people are probably still not gonna buy her because she's just so old that she, A, might get replaced at any moment. Any single mid-month could replace her and no one would care. And B, she has already kind of been replaced for a couple of content. But yeah, we did not manage to clear this under 1 minute. But we will 99% get the 150-second challenge. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so next up we have a Day in ABX, which she still dominates. If you don't have her, then you can probably use Hela as an alternative. You can use Weapon Hex as an alternative, maybe. And then that's kind of it. Maybe Titania or Nebula if you really want to get spicy with it. But for the most part, you're gonna use Jean or Hela. So let's just see what it looks like with a 25% pierce account, which is not really, with the person controlling it not being good at ABXL at all. So let's just see how this goes. Also, a thing I have noticed is when you press 3, then 5, then 4, then 2, then you have the tier 4 up, but you can press, when you have the 6 skill ready, then you press 3, 5, 4, tier 4, then the second skill, then tier 3. Because right now I have 9% on my tier 4 already, so that means that I can use my tier 4 like 2 seconds earlier on the next rotation, because then I'm gonna press 3, 5, 4, tier 4, then 1 and 2. So yeah, that's kind of like a neat trick that I found out. You can also use the second skill right here. You know, with Jean you cannot mix and match with whatever rotation you like. But the one I use is just 5, 3, 3, 5, 4. But I already messed up in the beginning, so I'm gonna stick to this. Hopefully I don't mess up that badly that I have to restart, but mess up like these, they happen. I'm not the best ABXL player. I think I've said that enough times already. Also, by the way, like the video. That's all I got to say. So we are 1 minute in and we already hit the 7 million mark. Now all we have to do is not screw up. So we had 8 million in 10 seconds. Very nice. Do not clip that and post that on Discord, please, because that's gonna be a bit weird with the ABX contest. So right here, we just need to use that strat, that when you already used it, therefore use 1 and 2. And oh, why is the damage so? Hold up. Oh, so my damage basically just died. And this is most often the problem with Gene. I have genuinely no idea what does this, but look at this. I was getting millions before. Why am I not getting damage now? And it's just these weird things with ABXL that, for example, when you reach the 10 mil mark with Luna, most often for me, then your damage just gets like slaughtered. You get like 10% the damage you used to get before. And it's not explained anywhere, or I haven't found an explanation for it yet. It's just like a hidden nerf. So that's also kind of... I should make a ranting video about ABXL. Hold up, I should note that down actually. Anyway, it's just these random hidden things within the game that just confuse the living hell out of me. But we reached the 11 million anyway. So it's just... Why are these things in the game? Why am I getting nerfed for being a whale and for doing things that the devs want? Like they want me playing the game day by day. They also want me spending, which I also do. And then they just nerf me for that? Like, what is this? Alright, 12 million, come on. There we go, 12 million, easy. Also, before we continue on to GBR, just a quick note about the new event. You can get 300 of these tokens completely for free. So anyone can pick up this black dwarf emblem. For those that spend, it's 20 bucks for 100 tokens, so you can get the Ebony Maw emblem for 20 bucks. You can get one of these random emblems for completely free. Also this 4-star random chest, you can also get this one for free. And it's only the recent artifacts, so you have a chance for Null, you have a chance for Gambit, chance for Carnage, Agent Venom, regular Venom, Spider-Man. All of these pretty good artifacts. And I collect Red She-Hulk. Same with the 5-star, but this one... Oh wait, no, this one is also for free. You can actually get both of these. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it, but you can. Please note that if you do this, you can probably get Hydro Man and Molten Man from the 4 and 5-star, so I'd rather you... Well, no, wait, you cannot get this one. Okay, but the 5-star selector is also 20 bucks, which is not cool, but it's a pretty nice selector. Because you get some time favorites like Gambit, Null, Spider-Man, Carnage, Agent Venom, same as the last one, also Venom. You can get the Odin's Blessing selector, which does include the premium ones, for 200, which is very expensive in my opinion. It should have been like 100 or 150, so you can get like 2 of these. You can get 2, but you need to spend for it. And never ever buy this one. It's such a low % chance that it's just not worth it. Only do this one if you have some extra tokens left somehow. That's the only reason I could ever think of choosing this one over, for example, a Odin's Blessing selector or a random 4-star chest. Alright, so slight mistake on my part. I already used Gene today, and the next reset is in 21 hours, so I can't really delay this video until then. So please excuse me for that, but I do want to give my final thoughts on Gene, which is about PvP. So in timeline she gets absolutely demolished by these two, and probably a couple of others. But for Auto Battle, if you're in Vibranium or Challenger, then this week Jean is in band. So if you still got a Greed, if you still got a Conquest for some reason, or a Regen or a Refinement or any PvP CTPs like that on your Jean, you can try her. I don't recommend it, but you can. And she might perform a little better, but no second skill can still wipe the floor with her. And then of course the big one, which is gonna be farming. So in my opinion, I have used Jean before for farming on my 4th team. This was the team I was using. I could have swapped out Ghost Rider to the lead slot, and then Zatanna gets swapped with Dazzler. I didn't really care to do that. It was like 1 clear more if I did it on manual. So it's really not that much. But if I head over to this team, Rogue is a way better farmer for me. And she is also not really that like niche, because with Jean you had to find supports that supported her for her fire damage. But outside of Jean and maybe Ghost Rider and Human Torch, I will never use these 2 supports. Unless it's like very strict with restrictions, like it's Universal Male and then Hero. Just making an example here. So if you head over to Universal Male Superhero, you get these badge, and if you don't include Ghost Rider, then you can, for example, grab Thor or Odin and pair them up with Ronin and Ghost Panther. So in this scenario, for example, I would use Ghost Panther if you don't have Ghost Rider. And if you're watching this and you're already riled up, you are probably screaming at your phone telling me that the reason Jean is not worth it is not because she doesn't do enough damage, but because of the insane cost. So 6,000 crystals, which is like 6 uniforms, and a little bit more than 6 uniforms, let's just say it like that. And who do you get? You get Magneto, who has a seasonal uniform and is not really useful anywhere at all. And you get Jean, who's been replaced in anywhere except the 1 day of ABXL. Yeah, that doesn't sound that good, does it? So Jean could get a new uniform. Holy hell, I'm still unranked. But for those that are considering getting her, I would not really recommend it anymore. Also, if it's like a deciding factor for you, her uniform options are horrible. But the thing with Jean is she will always have some kind of use. Like, this is a fan favorite character, not for us, but for the devs. They just love this character so much that they will always include her somewhere. So in Zombie Survival, for example, you can still find Jeans being used in very high stages. So I'm unsure if this week we can find an example of that, but if I just head it over in here, I still haven't done this. We can probably find, there we go, Jean, right there. And if we look at the build, I'm sorry that I'm just completely showing someone's account, but it's gonna be a Rage most often. I don't know why that was agreed. So Ghost Rider there, Jean here, stage 40, remember that. There we go, with a regular Rage. I mean, it has a 6-star artifact, but still. So Jean does have that use, that need somewhere. And I think things like these are keeping characters alive. Like, if you watch today's Cinegalaxy video, which some of you guys may not have, then he talked about how Black Widow may replace Luna Snow because Luna Snow is like 2 years old. And if I have to be honest, I kind of hope that's the case, because Luna, she's a headache for free-to-play players. Let's start there. Then we move on to players that just don't have the maximum build, and that's also a problem. And then we move on to the fact that she is like 2 years old, 2.5 years old. A 2.5 years old uniform is dominating half of ABX and ABL. So that's kind of like a bad thing. So you need a new recent meta, and that could be Black Widow. I don't know why I said Scarlet Witch. Anyway, I'm unsure if I'm gonna build her. I'm definitely gonna start with Bucky because I have 4 out of 5 of his uniform options, which is already insane. And then next to that, he is gonna be the brand new tier 4, so he's gonna be hype, and he's gonna be turned into a combat type, so if I get him up and he's better than, for example, tier 4 Hulk, like he's just that strong, then I might not tier 4 Hulk, like, ever. Ever. I wanted to tier 4 Hulk for a long time. I heard he needs the tier 4 to be on my level, or like the level I need him to be at, but if Winter Soldier comes in and wipes the floor with Hulk, then that might never happen. Because the game might shut down before Hulk gets another uniform, so if you see this video before the patch, then it might be the last time you get to use Hulk as a full meta. And it might be the final goodbye to this guy. I'm not saying the game is shutting down. I'm just saying that Hulk might not get another uniform for like 2-3 years. And we don't know how long the game will survive. Some people are saying 5 years, others are saying 10 years, others are saying yesterday. Like the game should have ended yesterday, but in my opinion it's gonna last quite a couple of years, so I'm hoping it's not the case, but it might be the final goodbye to Hulk and Luna. That's insane. If everything goes according to plan, but if you... Okay, I'm kind of messed up here. Where did I always see? So if you look at characters that have been released recently, then you might have noticed that it's not really the highest quality. No. So it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it from the positive perspective or the negative to some people, then these two might be the new meta, and every new player should aim to get these characters because they're going to be the very top meta. If you look at it from a realistic perspective, Black Widow is never going to replace Luna, because Luna is just a goldmine for the devs. It's like I don't really have an example for it. It's $30 every single year that people are spending on this uniform. And because they are gonna try and aim to make this uniform meta for as long as possible, they're gonna continue milking it until they accidentally release someone else, or until the game's dead. Or the most likely option is that people just riot because it's been 5 years since we've gotten a new speed female human, so yeah, it's kind of going to be a bit exciting as to what they do with Luna. I am hoping she replaces Luna. On the Winter Soldier part, I am kind of expecting him to replace Hulk. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely expecting that. But then what's gonna happen to Hulk? I don't know which one I'd rather have. Because for one, if Winter Soldier just straight up sucks and he isn't good for anything, then we will be left without content for 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, it's gonna be 3 weeks because today is Tuesday. So it's 3 weeks without content, if that's the case. There might be another mid-month, but it might be a tri-month. And I'm sorry to see that, because we have just gotten a new couple of characters. We have gotten the Joaquin Torres and the leader. And I don't know what's wrong, because there's just something missing from this update. I don't know if it's a legendary battle, for example, because we haven't gotten one since like end of last year. I know it's only the MCU movies, but the Falcon, Captain America Sam Wilson was an MCU movie, and it had enough characters for it. So I don't know why they didn't just make it a legendary battle. Then people would be more hyped, at least a little. Because we get some free rewards, we get a reason to build these characters, build these uniforms, get these new characters. And they could have even put Leader into the legendary battle. I would have still bought it. So yeah, it's gonna be a dry month most likely. It's just the way things are. And some people are saying this is the end of the game, but ooh, it happens like once every 2 months. The game is on a roller coaster. You just have to accept it. It has ups, it has downs, but at the end of it, you know how it ends. Because it ends the same way every single game does, which is gonna be the shutdown part. So it is eventually gonna happen. This game is not gonna last forever. Just keep that in your mind as you play this game. But just as with, I'm giving life advice here again. Anyway, just like with life, you just have to accept that at the end of it, you're not gonna last forever. You will eventually die and go to heaven or hell or nowhere if you believe in that. So, yeah. Eventually it will end. You just have to accept it. But now back to the main point of this video, because I have been rambling for like 10 minutes. Jean for new players is not a worthy investment. You should get 6 uniforms instead of Jean. Actually 7 because of the uniform cost. So you should get 7 uniforms instead of Jean, yes. But if you already have Jean, then you should build her up to tier 4, since that's where she reaches the most value because of her accumulation on her tier 4 skill. And if you don't know what that means, neither do I. It's just a bunch of damage basically. It's difficult, because I don't want to give people the wrong advice, but Jean is a difficult one. Because when you look at new players and they see Venom and they like, I want to build Venom. I see that he's usable somewhere and he has a cool uniform, cool skills, he's not expensive. The build-up part, the uniforms are obviously expensive for new players because 1000 crystals, that's like 40 days of grinding. If you don't look at bonus crystals given out in the etc. But then they go up and they see someone like Human Torch, or they see a Deadpool, they see a Black Panther. And you're like, no, do not build those. Those characters are for the people that enjoy those characters. You should probably not build them as a free-to-play if you're aiming to be the best possible version of your account, because there's multiple ways of playing this game. You can aim to be the highest meta, you can aim to be the best one in the entire game, or you can aim to be just a person that enjoys playing GBR with a singular character. That's me. But you have to find where you want to belong. So for most players, Human Torch, Deadpool, Black Panther, and a bunch of these other characters that I have at level 70, level 80, that I have the uniforms of but are actually useless, they're not for the new players, they're not for the next gen. So if you're just starting the game, do not invest in Luna, Jean. I mean, you should also not invest in Luna because she is expensive as hell, and as a new player you should not aim to spend as much money as you can. So if you have the opportunity to get Jean and you are thinking about it, I'm saying no. Just straight up, I'm saying no. Because for every single piece of content that you just saw, I could use Strange, I could use Ghost Rider. She has 1 day of ABX, obviously, but for that matter, should you get... Where is he? Where the hell is he? Should you get Bullseye because he has 1 day of ABX? No! As a new player, you should not get Bullseye because he has 1 day of ABX. You should get Bullseye because A, you like the character, B, you like the design and the skills, or C, because someone else told you to, and I'm probably stupid. But, no, you should not get Jean just because she has 1 day of ABX. That's not a worthy investment of 7,000 crystals. Back in the day when she was number 1 PvP meta and number 1 PvE meta, depending on how you build her, yes, it was worth it to invest 7,000 crystals on the number 1 character. But nowadays you have characters like Strange, who is insanely dominating in Roblox Legend and ABXL. And you have characters like Null and Sentry that are insanely dominating in PvP. Then you have Wolverine, who can do both. Jean doesn't have that many uses anymore. So like some people are saying, out with the old, in with the new. But Jean still has that one day of ABX that she's clinging on to with her dear life. And people are still falling for this Jean thread. See, she is a dead character. A dead character. She is like Cable. No, wait, Cable doesn't have that day anymore. A character that is clinging onto dear life for one singular piece of content. I guess in some ways she's like Gwenpool or Spider-Gwen, because the only real use she has is for the newer players to get her and use her in Brawl Pass Legend, but as an advanced account you'll probably never tier 4 her if you already have Luna or if you have Gamora. But if you don't have those things, then yeah, she is a good character to do that. And another reason why I'm not recommending Jean is just she's so damn expensive. She's a native tier 2 character. Full cost uniform. So like not 2,500 but 1,500 when discounted. It's just too expensive for a new player to sit down and just put 7,000 crystals into one singular character when there's 274 characters. I don't even know all of them. But it's just not worth it, okay? That's all. So yeah, thank you for watching me rant about this. If you want to see more videos like this or just straight up more MFF, then subscribe. I post every day at 10 PM my time. That's UTC +1 for you. Like, subscribe if you aren't already. And join the Discord because we have the SMP. Anyone can join that's in the Discord. It is a PvE server, so do not troll, do not kill each other just for fun. Because we will find you. And we will ban you. And we are gonna make it long. So yeah, just keep friendly. Friendly duels are accepted. That's also why I killed someone. But yeah, that's about it. So see ya.